check, microphone check. Looks like we are live on YouTube, waiting for Michelle Melendez to come online. She's got an emergency announcement for Hawaii. And I will get us online with Instagram next. Michelle should be in any minute. I'm just getting the Rumble live stream started up, as well as x.com, Instagram, all those. Okay, looks like Rumble's up. YouTube is up. Let's go for Instagram. See what Michelle's coming back with. Oh, it says Michelle is on. Let's give it a try. I'm not seeing her here. I'm not seeing you in. Stand by for email. Let's send it to Melendez. Michelle Melendez. Paste. Podcast chat link. There we go. No bells or whistles with this podcast. Nothing too special. No extra sound effects or music or any of that, because I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, we're just trying to survive around here. Okay. Let's see if Michelle can make it in. While we wait for Michelle, you get 2 of me. Hope you guys like it as much as I do. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah, 2 of me would be too much. Let's see what she's saying here. She's checking the email. You don't have to have Brave browser for this link to work. It works in any browser. Oh, there she is. Let's double check with our sound check.
Okay.
Check.
Testing.
Okay, you are in, and we are already live on Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble. I believe all of those are working right now. So I'm just going to do a Facebook broadcast as well, if you don't mind. And then we can get into the nitty gritty. What else have I got? Oh, and X.com. X.com's easier than Facebook. This is really fun learning all of these complicated things with.
This is yeah. This is a new platform. Brave Video is new for me. So.
Okay. And yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of an echo. Can you do another sound check there?
Sure. I can also change. You know what I'll do? Not use this mic. Sometimes that does it. Is that better?
Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah. And I had like
Audio.
crazy feedback a second ago when I was doing from this the radio show podcast thing that I'd set up. And this one today, I've just like really quickly slapped it together. And I'm trying to make it in a way that like people on Instagram can see us, because it's like portrait mode. So I'm doing like portrait mode and what do you call it, landscape at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, as I'm getting that dialed in, I'm like cropping out the right side of your screen and the left side of my screen, and then I'm like moving those close to the center.
Okay.
I'm having fun with it.
I just see you. I trust whatever it is you're doing. It's all good.
Yeah, so I'm just okay. I'll just keep. So if I kind of zoom out a little bit and like space out, don't worry too much. And I guess yeah, the quality, as long as the sound quality is good enough that people can hear what you're actually saying, that's what really matters, because we want them to hear it and to take action.
Yeah.
So let me try to start this Facebook thing. Sometimes it hangs on me, and maybe you can give me some sage advice or something there, but let's see. Okay, what did I title this one? I titled this one Emergency Podcast with Michelle Melendez. Big Island's Michelle Melendez. Does that sound
sounds
accurate?
Perfect? Because it is emergency for sure. We are in the state of emergency. I don't know if I think that's something your listeners and viewers.
By legal definition, right?
We are.
By lawful definition. And
That's
yeah,
correct.
we should break that down for people in just a minute. I want to kind of save it. Sorry, I don't have all this dialed in already.
I'm good.
Yeah, I
It's
want to have
nice.
a one button solution, but StreamYard didn't seem to work for me. What's that?
No, I just said sitting is good. I've been running all morning, so this is take your time, do what you need to do.
Okay, doke. Yeah, I figured I'd send you the link first so that I'm not making you just wait forever alone. Now you can wait with me. Because I'm waiting too for this thing to all start working. Hawaii in all caps. Now I'm doing a post on X for it. Big Islands, Michelle Melendez, emergency podcast. Yeah, I saw that you'd posted something on YouTube. Somebody else sent it to me from the Blossom Inner Wellness YouTube thing with, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was like on a black background with
Oh
a
yeah,
baseball
Mike,
cap on.
Mickey Willis.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that was powerful what he was saying, and it's echoing everything I've been thinking and feeling for years now. What happens here is going to be rolled out everywhere else unless
Yeah,
we put some ankle foot in it.
this is the test. This is the test right here. What are people gonna do? Right, yeah.
Right?
So yeah, I'm really grateful he's coming with his family here, and we have Dr. Malone and Ryan Cole coming, and Jimmy Dore is going to be at Maui and Oahu only. They're not coming to Big Island, but they'll be in Oahu and Maui. And I just am grateful to these celebrities to come to help people come out to the event
Yeah,
and
and
learn.
that's key too. A lot of people told me, "Oh, you should just focus on the ground here in Hawaii and don't worry about national level or international publicity." But it's like it's a continuum, right? The more
Mhm.
that you can connect with these big names out there, the more that people here pay attention to that
That's right.
bell that you're ringing.
Yep, yep. Over only 2 days, and over 7,000 views is my biggest one on Rumble. YouTube, I'm in YouTube jail again. I can't post for
Mm.
another week.
Oh, so should
I
I type your name as Miguel Melendezina? Miguela? Miguela Melendezina?
I haven't been called that before, but that's gonna be a new name.
Yeah, I got around censorship and the Great Firewall before, you know, like
That's what you gotta do, man. These,
right?
you know, Andrew, it's crazy because I think they're censoring me for just talking about freedom. Like
Yes. Yeah, that
my
is
video,
a bad idea. You know, we need the Orwellian Big Brother, millions of cameras everywhere, and delete words like freedom from your vocabulary so that you can't stand up ever.
yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, because I couldn't believe the two videos that they took down said nothing about the COV thing,
Right?
nothing. And I'm like, what in the world? And they said medical misinformation, and I'm like, there's nothing medical in the whole video, but I was talking about freedom.
Okay, so you've been YouTubing for a while and kind of like keeping the pulse of your analytics and stuff, yeah?
I'm working on it. I'm not on YouTube right now because I can't post for another
Right.
week.
Okay, but you could maybe help me to confirm my hypothesis to see if it is correct or not. Um,
Around the freedom, around
around how they're doing the censorship, because
yeah, I can try.
having lived in China for 18 years, I saw that it was like wild, wild west when I got there in 2001, and like people were paying like bags of money under the table with the corruption. As Andrew Tate said, the corruption was accessible to everyone. You could just see it all around you. And so I just saw it like this loose, like snake, the government policies, but then they'd tighten up a bit, and then they'd loosen up a bit. And then over time, they'd keep tightening and loosening like a snake until finally now they have this insane social credit system over there. And my understanding, full belief is that Xi Jinping's book that was published a few years ago was given to leaders all around the world. And they are doing this Project Lockstep thing to try to emulate the Chinese Communist Party's way of governing. So I wanted to get the pulse directly from you with YouTube. Do you feel like it kind of opened up for a while and they stopped the censoring, but now they're creeping back?
Well, for me, I think it's just keeps tightening the news because when when the COVID was happening, I was getting censored that way. But for the last year, it was a year in October that every single 90 days I'd get another strike for some type of video, even if it said nothing about the COV thing, and I'd be back in YouTube jail. So now I have 2 strikes on my channel, and I'm in jail until March, or probation after this next week. I'm still in jail until the end of next week. Then I can post, but if I get one more strike, that channel's gone. So I'm not gonna be posting anything that's really viable, or I'm sorry, vital
Right.
to our. It's all
You're
gonna
going
go
to
on Rumble.
post vanilla only, nothing with any
Yeah,
substance.
yeah, that's a communist platform.
Wow. So, hmm, hmm, hmm. Alrighty then, let's carry on.
Yep,
I
we do,
think,
and that's all we do is carry on.
yeah, we carry on and work on the platforms that don't suck and slowly chip away at those guys. Like I've been working on Facebook to and Instagram to just slowly get people onto Telegram and X. And I don't know if Elon's like the hero of the century or gonna end up being a bigger Orwellian thing. But right now, free speech seems to be happening a lot on X.com. And what was this dude who revealed all the Somalian daycare stuff? Like, I think that was X.com that allowed that to take off as quick and as well as it did.
Well, that's good, and that's what we have to do. We have to stay and support those platforms that honor the freedom of speech, because YouTube absolutely doesn't, especially this last one. The last one was, I was talking about keep vaccines optional, and it was nothing about COVID at all. But you know what's happening here on the islands? We're live right now, and we're headed and we're going.
Yeah, we are live. I
Okay,
believe we're on all the platforms. I'm just getting it more dialed in right now. But yeah,
sure.
let's get like the bird's eye. Yeah, Facebook is live. X.com is live. Everybody's live.
Okay,
Except
good.
for maybe, yeah, I think Rumble. Okay, good enough. Because this will be
All right.
recorded on at least one of those. And so, yeah, bird's eye view. There are like 3 major things going on, right? Can we maybe start
Yes.
from the top and go down, if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So last year, Hawaii Governor Green tried to mandate that all children in the whole state on all the islands be fully vaccinated before they could go to any school. He wanted to remove religious exemption and parental rights. And this bill was passing through legislation. And in a miracle of God, it timed out. So it stopped. It timed out. It didn't move forward. Not that it didn't pass, because they were passing it. It timed out. That gave us that. That was again a miracle from God. So what happened was we started, or Bill, I'm sorry, Bruce Douglas on Maui. Wanted to do keep vaccines optional, and he wanted to do a voter initiative. The problem with that is this is so disgusting. Our forefathers would be rolling in their graves if they knew about this, because if the people, the counties, I should say, if the counties do a voter initiative, the state or the federal government can supersede it. They can actually override it. So this means the people have no power. So I was telling him, I said, let's do a citizen memorandum instead. And that has more power than a petition. So we have keepvaccinesoptional.org. We're bringing in three experts, two doctors, Dr. Robert Malone, Dr. Ryan Cole, Jimmy Dore, comedian, politician, or political activist, is going to be on Oahu and Maui. And then Mickey Willis, who's a filmmaker, journalist, award-winning author, he's going to be on all 4 islands. And we're bringing them so that we can bring people together to do citizen memorandums. And so the first citizen memorandum is going to be about keep vaccines optional and honor the Constitution, political rights, and the fact that church and state are separate. You cannot just ignore religious exemption. So that's the first thing that's going on at keepvaccinesoptional.org.
So
And
that's a
it starts.
petition to get it on the ballot to let people of Hawaii vote on whether or not they want to have vaccines optional for their children in school. Is that a good summary?
No, because this isn't, we took out the vaccine initiative. We took out the voter initiative because it doesn't matter. If we were to do a voter initiative and the state or federal government wanted it gone, they could easily, in a snap of a finger, have it gone.
Okay, so okay, let's go back to memorandum then. What is the difference between a memorandum and an petition?
Initiative. Okay, a petition. So a petition just gets signatures. It just gets signatures and names and numbers and says, okay, there's 100 people, 1,000 people, whatever, that don't want this. But a citizen memorandum actually lays it out for the legislative body, and it shows them, it puts into the public record, it puts it into the public record that these citizens are saying, we do not want this. It's not just a signature of somebody signing a piece of paper that could easily, like what happened was, there is another petition going around for the Keoho building of condominiums. And one of the people said, oh, that's just from tourists. Those signatures are from tourists. This is more powerful. A citizen memorandum, the person from the island actually says, hey, I live in Big Island. This is my location. And this is not what I want. And it's actually written out in a way that it puts the problem into the public record. And it also puts it on record that the legislators are being notified by the public, so they cannot say they didn't know about this. So that's another reason why we want to do citizen memorandums. So the second reason, or the second issue that we're having for the event for Keep Vaccines Optional, is the biosecurity law. A lot of local people in Hawaii don't realize that last year, the amazing Governor Green, he signed into law a biosecurity office into the ag department. And they can literally right now, you guys, right now, go in and confiscate your land, confiscate your livestock, confiscate your goods, all without a warrant and all under the perceived bioemergency. Any perceived, not even real, no court case, no due process. They can come in and take your land on a perceived biosecurity. So this also...
I think I hear Koki frogs in your tree. We're coming in.
Yeah, it's anything like that. They're saying, and then they said, oh, it's because of all the fire ants and all the other stuff that's happening. It has happened in on the islands. But this is huge. Like, some of the legislators that agreed to this didn't even realize that Section 3 of this law allows the government to come and confiscate people's property. And then this gets worse in here, because in that section, if they want to take your land, if they want to buy it, take it from you, the governor decides how much they're going to pay you for your land.
Eminent domain.
And if you eminent domain, and if you don't want that price, if you don't want that money, you get 75% of that money, and then you have 6 months to sue the government to get your property back.
And they'll play the kangaroo game with you for a decade, because they can afford to sit around and mess with you. So let's be clear for the folks that are not in Hawaii. If you want your Second Amendment right to own a firearm to defend yourself from the people that are making up these fake laws, they want you to tell them where in your house you're storing the thing and where you're storing the ammo, and that you cannot have it loaded. And if you do have it loaded, that's a felony. And they tried to make a law, what was it, last year, about fireworks, saying they can just search and seize. They can come into your house without a warrant, without even announcing themselves, and come look for fireworks in your house if they suspect you. So, I mean, let's connect the dots, boys and girls. Let's put all these dots on a whiteboard, like Josh Green, and then let's connect them. What do you, like, Michelle, you talk to a lot of people around Hawaii. Do you think they're connecting the dots the same way I'm alluding to right now?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Maka Gallinger, who's going to be one of the presenters at the event, the 4-island event, Oahu, Maui, Kauai, and Big Island. I just talked to her actually an hour prior before speaking to you, and she definitely has a pulse on what's going on, and she wants to huli the system. A lot of locals, I really hope, will come to these events, because You know, it's really easy to live in Hawaii and ignore the politics and think it's not going to affect you. But when
Until
it
they
affects,
seize your home.
that's right. I was going to say, when it affects you, it's too late to stand up. You know, we have
Mm-hmm.
to see what's coming. And also on that note of the guns, they actually have a law right now in Hawaii. This is so ridiculous. Where if you have a gun on somebody's property, you have to have a written note from the owner that says you have permission to have a gun on their property or it's illegal. And if you, this is a law right now, you guys, if you take a gun into a store or into any concert or park, and there's not a sign on Walmart or wherever you're going that says guns are allowed, then it's illegal. So I mean, this is they've gone. It's actually there's a court case that's going on right now, but they're absolutely the Hawaii government literally thinks that it can bypass the Constitution, and they are bypassing the Constitution, and it's up to this up to the people to stand up because it's going overboard. It's so over the top, and it's unbelievable.
I'm adding your name overlay. Sorry, I zoned
Oh,
out a
that's
little
okay.
bit there so I could do this.
I thought I'd give it back to you, but there's one more thing we're going to be talking about at keepvaccinesoptional.com. Again, you guys, this is a 4 island tour. Two doctors, Jimmy Dore, Mickey Willis, filmmaker, journalists are coming to Oahu, Maui, Kauai, Big Island, starting next week, starting Monday. Monday is Oahu, 7 p.m. Then Tuesday is Kauai, 6 p.m. Wednesday, January 7th, is Kona, Big Island, 6 p.m. 8th, January 8th, 6 p.m. Hilo side on the Big Island, that'll be 6 p.m. And Maui, 6 p.m. on January 10th, and that will be in Maui on the 10th. So the third thing we're going to talk about at this event, keepvaccinesoptional.com, the third thing we're going to be talking about is the fact that the governor has signed over 90, that's 90, almost 100 emergency proclamations, and he has suspended over 30 laws, over 30 state laws without legislation. Nobody is checking him. I've actually contacted my legislator, and I was like, who's checking this governor? How can he suspend these laws? And they gave me some backward answer. I can't even remember what it was, but it absolutely made no sense. But our governor, the Hawaii state of Hawaii is in a state of emergency right now. We have emergency proclamations based on administrative issues, you guys, not a natural disaster. Nobody's house is burning down. There's the morgue isn't filled with bodies because Uncle Billy's hotel in Hilo needs to be rebuilt and torn down and rebuilt. That's an emergency right now, you guys. Uncle Billy's hotel is an emergency proclamation in the state of Hawaii. The governor suspended the bidding law. He suspended a bidding law that does not allow people to bid on that job. Why did he do that? So again, this is the same governor who suspended, I think it was 22 laws prior to 1 month prior to the Maui fire. The first being the historic preservation law. He keeps signing these. We actually have an emergency proclamation based on the fact that we don't have enough school bus drivers. This man is gone way over the top, overstepped his bounds, overstepped his office. Nobody's checking him. So we're going to be adding a citizen memorandum for us to give to our legislative body
So I
to
got a
say,
couple
hey,
questions for the memorandum. Because you're
yeah,
using the word citizen. I
yeah,
assume you've been here in Hawaii a while.
yeah.
You're filled in on the facts and findings of history and law. Which legal definition are you using for the word citizen? Are you using that word for the folks who are not on the path learning the law and knowing that citizen means chattel, aka
Mm-hmm.
property of the federal government? The United States, in all caps, is a fictitious corporation
Correct.
run by a satanic cabal, like that kind? Or are you Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
no.
confused because a memorandum or like affidavit of truth, like what is the difference in terms of power under the law?
So the affidavit of truth is stands as truth in law if it's taken to court and it's not rebutted. An affidavit, if it's not rebutted, it stands as truth in law and you can take it to a court case. This is not going to court. And you're absolutely right. I mean, my book, The Death of Freedom, just is #1 on Amazon, new release. And it's all about what you just said, 100%. However, what we're trying to do right now is get this into public record that the people are saying they don't want this. So that's what the citizen memorandum is about. It is about it's stronger than a petition. A petition is not that strong because you can get signatures anywhere, and they don't check them and whatever. But a citizen memorandum mailed to, we will have these citizen memorandums at the event, and all you have to do is sign it. We'll help you mail it to your legislator so it goes to the right person. We have stamped envelopes we're going to have there. So what this does is it puts into the public record that the people know what's going on, and it's holding them accountable. It's saying we do not want this.
I
So
mean,
I hear
can't we just do that, but surround the courthouse and politely put it into public record that way and make a big
absolutely.
media bonanza? Because, like, they put all of our paperwork in the trash. And we all know that now. And, like, we get these hamster wheels from people like Bruce. Love him, but don't love him. I mean, I can go right on the podcast and tell everyone what he did to Maui Freedom TV in the beginning, accusing me of being a registered sex offender to all of our volunteer team. He wasn't standing on truth. And what I saw him do with the recall with Victorino, the other information that I gathered on him about his moratorium for Monsanto, the MO of Bruce Douglas is to join a movement, take it over, and then run it into the ground. I told you that privately on the phone. I'm telling you now publicly in front of everyone. And if Bruce wants to have it out, we can talk on the podcast or a recorded conversation for everyone. But yeah,
well, what I'd
I
like to
just
say.
see these things as being very ineffective, getting everybody to put their names on a list. This is not good. And oh, yeah, if you check all of Bruce's petitions, like I had all these law scholar friends that I made through Maui Freedom TV, they look at it and it's like not even formed correctly. It's more like it's feeding his email list. And, you know, if you look deeper into what he's doing, he advertises a bunch of Democrats, never Republicans. Scott Adams lived at his house for like 2 years. And then he ran for a state house, but he ran Republican. So, no support from Bruce there. Zero. And he was his right hand man before that. And we're all standing on the same issues. Huh.
Well, here's the thing. I'm the one who's kind of taken this over. And the citizen memorandum is from me. And I've been doing a lot of research on this. Bruce, this is not about Republican or Democrat. It's about neither one. It's about these three issues
Hmm.
that,
Yeah, I don't
that
want to make it a red blue issue. Both of those are wings of the same bird, as we can see with
absolutely.
Mufi and Art Hanneman. But I did get deep in and investigate and turn my BS sniffer towards the Republicans because I did read the Constitution. Article 4, Section 4 says we are guaranteed a Republican form of government in every state. The fact that Hawaii is not a state aside, but you know, it is the American system that prevails here right now. So,
Correct.
yeah, we got to choose a side one way or the other. Like, do we stand for the American Republic? Do we stand for the Hawaiian Kingdom? Can we stand for both somehow? Are they mutually exclusive?
Here's Yeah, here's what I believe about that. The Hawaii Kingdom, what from what I've seen and what the people that I know who are somewhat involved in that, there's a lot of infighting. There's a lot of infighting on the Republican Party.
They're
I mean,
infiltrated. All of them are infiltrated.
it took an hour
Knights of Malta, Freemasons
back
are
and
here.
forth. Yeah,
Let me grab my
arguing back.
computer charger. Excuse me.
Oh, sure. So I was just going to say that there's a lot of infighting on both sides, and I think that that's to keep people from uniting. And what my goal is and has always been, I did write Great Maui Land Grab, What Caused the Maui Fire and Is Your Home Next? That was a finalist in the American Book Fest under true crime because that fire was a true crime. And then this book, The Death of Freedom: What Happened to America, and How to Save It. This is about, you guys, this is about restoring the Constitution and also coming together and uniting. There have been, and like Andrew was saying, there's been so many infiltrations. You know, if there was one group that just brought what came together, that's what my goal is. And is this going to put you on a list? Yeah, but I'm already on a list. I don't care. We have to hold these people accountable. How are we going to do it? Andrew, I would love to get 10,000 people to surround the Capitol. That would be
Okay,
amazing.
well, let's put our venue there. I mean, when we lock down the airports on every island all at once, then Josh Green and Mayor Victorino were suddenly ready to come to the meeting.
Yeah, no, I'd love to do that too. I think we can get. For me, I'm getting this at all angles, and this avenue or this event that we're having with these four experts that are coming from the mainland. It's about bringing people together and letting them know what's going on, because a lot of people, a lot of locals, like I just said, they don't even know that this biosecurity law can come in and take their property right now. They don't know that. They don't understand the governor's suspended over 30 laws, no legislation. And a lot of them, like we were actually on a float for the parade, Christmas parade in Kona. We had the event banners on, and people were like, "What are you talking about? The governor hasn't mandated vaccines for children." I said, "Yes, he tried last year. He tried to mandate it for all children, take off religious exemption. People don't know. That's what my goal is just getting awareness out there and bringing people together. Citizen memorandums are ways to get this on the record and get the legislative to look at us. And also, an election year, so they're gonna take a look at this and see how many people are not wanting to mandate the vaccine for all the children, and take off religious exemption, which violates the Constitution.
Well, like
So
our election integrity underpins everything else, like the media underpins everything, the narrative. If we don't have election integrity, then we can't trust that they're going to look at the memorandum numbers honestly and report on that honestly. So, yeah.
well, I also believe that each one of us is guided to do what we're meant to do. And this has inspired me. And I always follow my guided intuition. I've done that all my life for my business. When I had a fitness business online, when I had it on the mainland, I'd always ask the infinite creator, what's next? What's next? And I would just follow my intuition. And this is following my intuition. And I know who's going to show up at these events are the people that need to be there. I think this whole thing's a game, the whole world. I think it's nothing what we think it is. And I think that there is definitely some type of spiritual war. And I think when we stay in light and love and we connect with each other, like I was just talking to Maka an hour ago, and we were connecting with the fact that we want all of the islands to be on the same page, and we want freedom for all of us, and safety for our children, and for parents to have parental rights of doing what they choose, what is right for their child, and not having the government come in and mandate that their child be injected. In fact, she actually told me a story. She said, Michelle, she was 21 years old and she had her first baby, and she had this beautiful baby. And all of a sudden they wanted to take the baby away and give it a hepatitis B shot. And she was like, something inside her, she never even heard about vaccines. Like, she wasn't vaccine aware at all, but she said something inside her just knew, don't do this. And I said, your baby was incubated inside of you for 9 months, and God knew how to make a liver cell and how to make an eye cell and a hair cell. And now it's going to come out, and now you're going to give it 72 different antigens from man, because that baby needs help from man after God just created it in 9 months. I'm like, this is insane. So her and I connected on that. But I'll just go back to saying, I feel this is my Kuleana. What is mine to do? I'm going to be at the event. I'm also going to have the citizen memorandums that I created, that I have already signed and sent in to my legislators. And if we do nothing, we're screwed. If we do nothing, that noose is tightening. And if we try, we have to do something. And I would be totally there at the Capitol. If you put an event on, I will come to that. So I'm hitting it from all angles. I'm hitting it from any
gotta
angle.
come wave after wave, right?
Yes.
They're trying to put Calais in prison after they assaulted her. The whole judiciary is covering up. Honolulu Police Department is covering it up as well as they can. But, Joe Akana is her husband, senior Air Force, former intelligence officer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, they're pretty screwed that way. But they're not going to give up their power without us physically taking it from them one way or the other, I think. So whether we're physically taking away their paperwork, and not you and me physically, we'll get the U.S. Marshals or maybe ICE, baby. Because, yeah, they're slipping up and they're in a corner, and these clowns are desperate, and they've got all their controlled opposition machines working overtime
Mm-hmm.
against me and a small handful of people like me. Actually, it's a growing handful. And there's nothing that can stop this wave. So I do look forward to seeing you at all of the events. And I do think that, yes, we do need all kinds of different methods and avenues, but we are burning leadership capital. And I told Bruce and all of the gang that he gathered for the recall, I said, we know it's not going to work. Gavin Newsom wasn't recalled. You can't
That's
do
right.
it. It's controlled here. So the best thing that you're going to do is get all the people together. But then what are you going to do? You're going to pop their morale, boop, like a bubble. And he just keeps doing it again and again, accidentally on purpose. Making a mistake at the critical time. I don't know what it was. He's got plausible deniability, but somehow, some way, the community just keeps getting deflated. Gather, hurry up and run. He's got all these volunteers working for him all the time, doing this and doing that, and it's
Are you talking
amounting
about?
to nothing.
Are you talking about Bruce?
I'm talking about the pattern I have seen him and his group organize year after year here on the island of Maui.
He did do some good though with Monsanto, as far as what I recall. I mean, it passed through there was a law that passed through, and then of course Monsanto and it's their money came back and
And
defeated it.
everything is still the same. Because the people that we are fighting are evil, Satan worshipping pedophiles that see us
Here's the
as
thing.
chattel, and anklefoot is what they understand.
I totally agree that this is a satanic cult 100%, but I also agree that there is an infinite creator God, and each one of us, like you, are inspired to do the work you're doing. This
I
is
work
not an act.
directly for God and his legions of angels. I wear the
And
armor of God.
that's why you're protected. That's why you're doing the work that you're doing, and you're inspired to keep taking different action. Like you make your choice of what inspires you the most to go and report on this, or in us, us connecting and then doing this video, this live cast.
Yeah, let's get
Something
all
is
of our influencer friends together with cameras down at the Capitol together and just politely knock on doors like Junior Nakoa did. I just followed him in the office with my camera out, and you see these clowns turning white like a sheet.
yep.
Can we get that social contract today?
And that's what I'm talking about. It's like
You
you were
down?
guided to.
I'll fly
What's
over
that?
there and do it if you're down. Let's do it. Let's gather everybody together and do some really
After this
effective
event,
media.
after this event, I'll have more
Okay.
time. We can definitely make a plan for that, because I'm
Love
all
it.
about doing stuff for different angles, different avenues, and following our guided intuition and doing things together. Because this is the month. I mean, this is the month that legislation goes back into their office, and it is this state, islands, whatever you want to call it, is infiltrated 100%.
Mm.
And it is to people, this event that we're putting on, keepvaccinesoptional.com, on the 4 islands. Our goal is just to bring people together for public awareness of these issues, because again, many people, they're just trying to put food on the table for their keiki, just trying to live their lives. They need to know what's been passed through legislation that will affect their future, their children's future. And that's what our goal is, as well as to stand up and to citizen memorandum. If you want to believe that it's just going to put you on a list or whatever, you're on a good list. And if there's thousands and thousands of us that do this, that's powerful.
Well,
That
many of
sends a
us
message.
are already on the list, but I've got lists of signatures that I got because I started doing my own little petitions. I learned from Bruce and Satya, right? And a lot of those people aren't here anymore. And I don't know if you've been tracking, but here on Maui in the past 2 months, the number of missing persons has gone up quite a lot. So, but I'm in the point, where like give me liberty or give me, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying too. Is we need to trust in the infinite creator. I meditate twice a day, morning and before I go to bed. And that's what my game is. I'm just always about, okay, great spirit, I'm here. I'm going to do whatever it is you say. This is what I went when I would go into stores without masks on. I would pray because I was afraid. It's not that I'm not afraid. I do things afraid, and I pray
Yeah,
to
when
God.
people are yelling at you, it makes your heart beat faster. Some guy threatened to punch me in Safeway for no mask.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I'm not scared of that punk, but my heart's still beating really fast. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
the
and
cops
it
got.
is scary to go against the grain.
Yeah. So the police got called for us going into Island Naturals. Long story short, we actually ended up taking them to the police commissioner. We complained against the amount of the Big Island police chief at the time and 5 officers that came to harass us,
Mm.
and they said that, oh, there was not enough proof, blah blah blah. But then 2 months later, the Big Island police chief retired. So our actions do make a difference. And I always say, this is some type of spiritual war. Got to keep doing what we're doing. If you guys are listening to this and you're called, come out to the event, see what our speakers have to say. We have 2 doctors, we have a comedian, and Jimmy Dore. What would you say? What would you say about Jimmy Dore, Andrew? How would you describe him? I
I
call.
don't really know him that much, other than that he was very, very on point talking about how we cannot let freedom die in any of the 50 states, regardless of whether we believe Hawaii is a state or not.
Yeah.
We can't let freedom die here, what limited amount there is. And I know a lot of Hawaiians that left here because, like American Patriot kind of Hawaiians, like Kanaka, that left because they thought it's too communist here in Hawaii.
It's getting there. It's getting there. And that's the other thing too, is we don't, if we do nothing, it just keeps, it's like the frog in a pot where the water keeps heating up,
Yep.
so people go, oh, there's a biosecurity law that can confiscate people's property. But Michelle, it's only if there's a perceived bioemergency.
And right now they're going around asking people. I got reports on the ground here on Maui where they're just asking first, because that's how they do it, step by step. And it's all in the history books, boys and girls. You can see exactly the methodology of these narcissistic, tyrannical abusers that are just slowly stripping your freedoms away day by day.
Mm-hmm. But honestly, you guys, if you're watching this, one, it's not a mistake you found this channel. There's something that guided you here. We are being guided. There's something, like, why is it that sometimes you'll think of somebody and then they'll call? That's not nothing. This is not
tapes are real. The 100
Yes.
monkeys thing, it's real, babies.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So this is a game we came to play. Follow your guided intuition. Trust in the divine creator. Know that you're always protected. Because, I remember being a child and I was doing something super stupid. I was, this is so dumb. I was like 12 years old or something, maybe probably younger. And I was trying to hammer a nail into a hairspray can as like an Aquanet. Because I wanted to do something with my Barbie dolls.
My eye. Jeez,
almost. I get to the hammer comes up. I'm about to smash it. It's going to explode in my face. And all of a sudden I feel all of a sudden I have a hammer and I feel stop. And I just felt this whole thing around my body just tell me, danger, put the hammer down. And I put the hammer down and I was okay. But what was that? What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about being guided. So this is an event, you guys. Keep vaccines optional. Parents, if you want to keep your parental rights, your religious exemption, or if you are even for vaccines and you just want to honor the Constitution that allows people who don't want to vaccinate their children not to have to, because that's actually totally against the Constitution and against our rights under God. Our rights came from God. They didn't come from the Constitution. Our rights came from the divine creator. The Constitution protects our rights, and the government is supposed to stand and honor the Constitution. That's their job. But our governor right now is doing the exact opposite in so many different ways, especially this way for our children. So we're doing keepvaccinesoptional.com. You guys come and join us.
Well, I think we've beaten the dead horse. We got to stop
Well,
these emergency proclamations where the governor just gives himself even more unprecedented power. We've got to stop them from trying to force vaccines, quicksines on our children. And we've got to stop them from coming onto your land and stealing it again.
yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing: if we don't do anything, you guys, it's that frog in the pot, and that's the water's about to boil. The water's about to boil. So let's do our part. You know, it
like
matters.
Water, my friends. Be like water.
Yes. And Andrew, I wanted to say thank you so much for I don't know how, if I reached out to you, you reached out to me, I can't remember, but I appreciate
me. Thank you for the wake up call. Yeah, because I get my nose to the grindstone sometimes, down this rabbit hole or that rabbit hole. Look at what it's done to my hair. Right? So, yeah, sometimes we need to get that bird's eye view and look and see the whole playing board, so to speak. Because, yeah, this life is a game. They predicted it in The Simpsons. I'm just riffing here. But no, really, there's some kind of battle between good and evil. Doesn't matter what religion you believe in. You can feel it in the air right now, folks.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. There's something here. But what's really great too is that the truth, the Buddha, he said 3 things cannot be long hidden. 3 things: the sun, the moon, and the truth. You cannot keep the truth hidden forever. And this is that time right now where the truth is
1,000 years of Tartarian history back. This is BS. Our birthrights, all of our birthrights have been stolen.
Well, I think that you, I, and many other truthers decided to come here to do the work we're doing.
Soul contract.
Because, yeah, I think we did that because the light workers who are here, who are spreading the truth, and the truth is hard for people sometimes to take and sometimes to hear, but that's also something that the more we speak about it, the easier it gets, the more people are willing to open up. That's why I wrote my books. Because one, I knew I had so much information about the Maui fire. If I didn't put this in writing, it would be gone. It's
right.
All the pictures gone off of the internet.
Yeah.
So I did it, and then the freedom of the death of freedom. I wanted to write that because I wanted people to understand how in the world did we get to this point to begin with. This is supposed to be a free country, and now it's almost communist. And what in the world? How did that happen? How does the governor get to suspend laws? How does he get to do that? And what's happening with the Hawaii governor right now? He's setting a precedent for future governors. And if we do not stop him right now, this is going to be how future governors rule, because this is a rule. He's a dictator. This is what they're going to do. They're going to go, oh, I want to do a project. Let me do an emergency on, I don't know, whatever it is, and I'll suspend the laws that are in the way of my project. That's what the governor is doing.
Yep.
Suspending laws, you guys, without legislation.
So let's get Scott Nago into prison nicely. Mike Curtis, these elections commission and Office of Election corrupt clowns that have officiated the fraudulent election of Josh Green and Sylvia Luke. Time for them to go to prison, guys.
Absolutely.
Only can prevent fake wildfires.
That's 100% true right there. Yeah. I would love to take the governor to The Hague and to do an investigation, because there needed to be a third outside party to investigate that fire. And I also sent an affidavit to the mayor, 17 pages long, in regards to the fire, and showing what are the reasons why we need a third party investigation. Myself and I'd say probably about 50 or 60 other Big Island locals sent that to him. We didn't hear back from him at all, but I
If you
can
did
imagine.
that onto x.com, like as a thread, then our friends can help to spread it, and then we can get even more attention on it and hopefully some action. Because it's like
Okay.
Epstein didn't kill himself. We just have to keep beating that drum over and over again.
Yep, absolutely. I'm happy to send that to you. Get it wherever you want it. It's in the yeah. It's also in the book Great Maui Land Grab. That book is you know, when people don't believe in weather modification, you guys, our first weather modification, I'm sorry, first weather patent was in 1891.
Oh, with the silver
1891.
that they were blasting up there, or
It was for the rain. It was
yeah,
to make it rain, to see
cloud
how to
seeding.
make rain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
cloud
did
seeding.
text
18.
Bruce and say thank you for the video that he made because he's been tracking the Maui weather for like 30 years or something, and he made a very excellent video showing how the weather looks very anomalous the week leading up to the Lahaina massacre.
Yep, yep, including the spirals that were in the ocean that were not normal. The
Yeah,
haze, what the heck was that? There's actually a combustible cloud, a combustible cloud mechanism that creates some type of haze that can go out.
I had
And what people don't know,
firsthand witnesses telling me when they were landing on Maui that day, it looked like there was a sheen, like everything was just kind of shiny. And
yeah,
yeah, I mean, you make an aerosol with nano aluminum in it. I mean, thermite is just aluminum and iron oxide, that's rust. If you have that
mm-hmm,
mixed together in the right formula, you ignite it with, say, magnesium or maybe a microwave laser, then
mm-hmm,
boom, you get thermite fires.
yep. And
So,
isn't it interesting that was toluene in the drinking water in Maui, and
toluene, as in trinitro-toluene, the leftovers after TNT
correct?
explodes. Hmm.
Yes, yes, that was on the news, and
Hmm.
the news said, you know, so bring in your. The news said, oh, toluene, it's in markers and it's in glue, but they didn't say anything about TNT, zero,
Right. Or the
and
concentration levels.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And how in the world does toluene get into drinking water in the first place? Like that doesn't happen by accident.
Yeah, I don't think that's from the Aina over here. And back to
No.
that state motto, the translation in English is that the health of the land is perpetuated by righteousness. But
Yeah.
look at the health of the land. We lack righteousness in our governance. It's maybe not
Yeah.
your government, but it is your governance. And you got to change it, boys and girls.
Yes, we do. So again, we're doing keep vaccines optional 4-island tour. 2 doctors, Maka Gallinger, who's a local here on Big Island, grew up on Big Island. She lives on her ancestral land, and she's going to be coming with us to all 4 islands singing. She's she's an amazing songwriter. She's got a song about the Aina and I are not for sale.
Mm,
Uh,
great.
Holy, this is
And you've got a flyer for those as well that we could share on the thread?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. I'll send. Should I send that to you now, or do
Yeah,
you
if
want me
you
to?
send that to me now, then I will pop that up into all of the platforms that I got. And yeah, hopefully this is our chance to ho'oponopono. I would really like to get to the bottom of everything with Mr. Bruce.
Yeah, I'd like.
Ho'oponopono is reconciliation for the folks who are new to Olelo, Hawaii. Your flyer has
Yes,
come through on my phone.
yes, and I'd love to say a little bit about Ho'oponopono. That's actually in my first book, Ending Hell, and it's an amazing. At first, it used to when I first learned it, I was like, what is this? Because I thought when it said Ho'oponopono, I love you, thank you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, that I thought it was making whoever did something bad to you right, but that's not the way it works. It's like, thank you for showing me that there's something inside of me that needs to be integrated back into love and into the oneness that we all are. I love you because I know we are one. I'm you, you are me. Thank you for showing me this. I'm sorry that I have not integrated this trauma in my body and I'm experiencing you in this way. I'm sorry and forgive me for that. So please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. It's an amazing practice. Not easy. It's easy to say, not easy to do
Mm.
in practice. I've had to work on my own trauma with family members and saying, okay, something inside of me has not been healed yet. That's why I'm experiencing you this way. Let me take this on and heal this inside of me. And I do want to say also with people, that's actually our kuleana right now, because it is really important for us to find love, find peace, find forgiveness for ourselves, for others. Right now, that makes us stronger. We are stronger when we forgive each other and come together united. And we might not always agree, but one thing we can agree on is that everybody wants to be free. We all want safety for our children. We all want to be at peace and happiness and live in abundance and have food to eat. Like, that's for everybody. So come together, you guys. Let's make a stand for what is right, what is pono for the islands.
Yeah, let's make Hawaii Pono again. Us white people here. Totally not virtue signaling right now. I mean, Hawaii has really changed me. I've learned so much here, not just from the people, but from the land itself. It's crazy. Going up to Haleakala, it's undeniable that there is a creator. And yeah, you feel it when you're here in Hawaii if you do that meditation. Just listen, right?
Yeah, yes. And that's actually really powerful. You guys getting outside and, like Andrew just said, listen, put your phone in your house or in your car, go to a park and just listen. Just sit on a bench and just listen. You might hear some people, but you're also going to hear the birds. You're going to feel the wind on your face. You're going to feel the sun shining on you. There's something about nature that they want to keep us away from. That's why it's always distraction. Look over here, watch this football game, go to this concert. It's always about distraction. But when we drop in and we get into nature, that's where magic is. That's where the frequency of God is.
That's my
So
heiau. That's my church, nature. One last thing before we jump. How do people follow you online?
online, I'm at Blossom Inner Wellness. And it's Blossom, and I'm on Rumble. Blossom Inner Wellness is one word on Rumble. YouTube, Blossom Inner Wellness. BitChute, Blossom Inner Wellness. So Blossom, BLOSSOM, and then Inner, INNER, and then Wellness. So Blossom Inner Wellness is Rumble, one word, and
Or
then
they could
YouTube.
screenshot your name here and also probably easily find you with your name, right?
Should be able to.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Blossom Inner Wellness. And also, you guys can go to standtogetherhawaii.com. That's my activist website. You'll learn more about the Big Island General Plan, which we've been fighting for a year. And it's working. Our Hawaii County Council, Ashley, can't remember her last name, is actually changing the general plan. Thank you, God, because that plan, it actually has UN agenda up the wazoo. It's like worshiping the UN agenda in that plan. And I just want to tell people a really easy way that you can find out about your general plan and what's coming for your area is to go to ChatGPT and go ask it one question. What is my county's, put in your county name, what is my county's general plan? I'm sorry, you'll say, what constitutional amendments does my county's plan violate? What constitutional amendments does my county's plan violate? I was on live with Ann Vandersteel. She did this right live on the podcast, because hers is, I think it's Palm Beach, and a list of constitutional amendments violations that her plan was gonna do, or is set to do. So our Big Island General Plan, we've been fighting it for a year, over a year. It was a year in September. The mayor actually paused the plan. I met with him for an hour, and he paused it because I brought him how the plan is going to violate the Constitution. He paused the plan, and then he had to put it forward because it has to go through the county council. They're changing it now. They're changing it. So it does work to stand up, you guys. It really does work. But sitting on your booty is not going to help anybody. If you're guided to this podcast right now, that's not an accident. It's not an accident. You're being called to do something. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe
Tell
it's
your
coming.
friends to tell their friends.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the basic, right?
Absolutely. KeepVaccinesOptional.com is the 4-island tour. Mickey Willis, Jimmy Dore, Dr. Ryan Cole, Dr. Robert Malone, and myself, as well as Maka Gallinger, are going to be on all 4 islands. And then check your general plan. If you can't be on the islands, check your general plan, see what's coming, and start talking to your neighbors.
Unity in the community.
Yeah, I love it.
Big mahalo, Michelle Melendez, and let's chat again very soon.
Mahalo for having me, Andrew. Aloha.
Malama pono. All right, we have stopped the thing. She's off the thingy. Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.